Hey lovelies, long time no see. Yes, it has been probably 2 months, almost 3 months at this point since I have uploaded some long form content. If you want to know the vibe on all of that, make sure you stick around because I just filmed a little get ready with me using some of my favorites from this last year and just chatting about all the things about life, about the channel, about some makeup, about the vibes, about all the things in a very scatterbrained way, because that's usually the vibe. But what isn't going to be scatterbrained is this list of my yearly favorites. I did just try to pull out all the things that I knew that really made me happy and the things that I kept reaching for and possibly repurchasing in this last year. So some of these are new, some of them are new to me, and some of them are just ones that like I just can't stop using, and they certainly didn't come out in 25. I'm not really all about like, oh, it's got to be the new. That's not the vibe around here. So you guys know that. So we're going to be chatting about some makeup, of course, some skincare, some fragrance, some hair care, all the things that I was loving. Who knows? Depending on how long this is, I might even just throw in a couple other life favorites at the end. All right, but if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly. I'm a professional hair and makeup artist, and here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos, including the little get ready with me featuring some of these things. So if you want to see some of those things in effect and you want to hear me just sort of talk about like my recent makeup vibes, you can check that video out. Today it's just going to be, we're going to be talking about the good. Okay, so when I started a list of 2025 favorites, this is literally the first thing I knew I was going to have to talk about, and it's a fragrance house, and we're going to talk about Maison des Animaux. I have one video. I totally planned on doing another review of some of the samples that I picked up, but I have one video going over several samples that I had gotten from this brand. I think, and when I say several, I think it was like 6 or so. I don't even know how many fragrances I've purchased now. Quite a few from this brand. So one of the first ones that I got was Serious. So this was the previous packaging, and this is the new little upgrade. Now these are the 30 mils. They do have a 50 or 60, I think it's 50 mil bigger bottle. Actually, I'll just go grab that one so you guys can see it because it's cute too. Okay, here she is. Here she is in all her glory. So this is the new packaging. I have to say I love this bottle a lot. Plus, as someone who has many fragrances, 30 mils is usually all I necessarily need. But let me tell you, scents like this that I know that I will absolutely go through, I could see picking up a bigger bottle. But I love the glow up of the packaging. I also just love the vibe of the house. Like, I just keep saying what I love about this brand is that it is things just done in a nuanced way. And while some of these fragrances are some of the scent notes we've been seeing, it is done in just a little bit different way. Or for me, even something that has a touch more of a gourmand vibe isn't so cloyingly sweet that I'm like, over here gagging, because that's not my vibe ever. I love a good, yummy scent that has some notes to some like foodie things, but I don't want to smell like the actual food. I also don't want it to be super sweet. And I found that the couple gourmands that this brand has, they aren't like cloying like that. They make me feel happy, they make me feel sexy, they make me feel enlightened, they make me feel special. Like I just feel like I'm wearing something special. And so that's the vibe. So I'm going to talk about 3 of them. So let's talk a little bit about the one that I probably wore the most, and this is Orate. And I'm not going to go on these for too long because goodness knows I could be here forever when we're talking about fragrance, but the top notes in this are labdanum, vanilla, and jasmine, and the base is sandalwood, good leather, and more vanilla. You guys, like vanilla, jasmine, sandalwood, leather, labdanum, like these are all notes that are, if you like them, you're going to love this. Like, and I feel like a lot of people love a lot of those notes. This is just so good. It is a little bit resinous. It's very warm. The leather isn't overpowering. It just gives it a little sexy vibe. This is very sexy. I think you could wear this really anytime. I mean, unless you live in like major swampland, super hot, I think you could even get away with this in the summer on like for like a date night scent. It's not overly cloying. Again, I haven't gotten anything from Maison des Animaux that is overly sweet, like that sticky sweet. And so this is just very sexy. It's sexy. I don't know how to explain it. It's just so good. Okay, so this I think was my top pick out of the ones that I tried in my first set of samples from the brand. And so Sirius has cardamom, fig, vanilla, pink pepper, elemi, osmanthus, black tea, and then in the base we have sandalwood, tonka, vetiver, benzoin, and olibanum. So again, this is a little bit spicier, but you still get that vanilla. This one has a little bit of like smoky leather vibe. This one has a little bit more of that spicy feel, but they both have a more of a vanilla base, but they are definitely very different. Like, I would say this one also leans a little bit more masculine because of that leather, whereas Sirius to me is a bit more feminine, but both could totally be unisex. Love them so much. Very glad to have both. Now, the other one that I want to share is Celeste. The vibe of this one is just so lovely, so sweet and airy. Again, this is sweet, but it is not cloying, and that's one thing for me that I just love about this. So you have clover, orange blossom honey, and red berries in the top, and then the base is ambrette, vanilla, and musk. So I just know anytime there's something that has ambrette in it, I need to get my nose on it. This is such a light, airy honey vanilla. It's lovely. It's so lovely. I actually, when I was pulling things out for this video, I was like, this one kind of got like shoved into the back of my like fragrance area, and I was like, oh, I haven't worn this one in a while. And this is one that I feel like this you could definitely wear in the summer. Like, if you want a vanilla that you can wear in the summertime, this is fresh enough to be able to do that. It's so interesting that like these all have quite a vanilla feel, but they are very different. This is like sundress, airy vanilla with like a sweetness to it, whereas this is like sexy date night, nature girl, but also a badass vanilla. And this one is definitely that like sex appeal, man eater. Oh, I don't know. That might be this one. Oh, I'm not going to talk about Nocturne, but it's also a very good one. They're all just great. See, this is like when talking about fragrance evokes this vibe from me, these are the kind of scents I want to wear. So that was definitely my top find of 2025. And I've been really happy with the Haus and have picked up, I think probably at this point, I have 7 of their scents. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I must have more than that. 8. I don't even know at this point. And I'm always really looking forward to what the brand is bringing out. Okay, so we're going to get back into fragrance later, but we're going to hop into some other things. So let's talk a little bit about skincare, because truly I basically only have one thing that I want to talk about. And that's just because I will say I got sent a lot of skincare PR this last year. I don't know where that came from. It was so funny because it kind of reminded me of when like Samantha March got picked as like the skincare influencer the one year, and she's like, "What, me?" She's like, I'm not even like doing the skincare thing." And I was like, I keep getting all this skincare sent to me, but I don't feel like most of my content is skincare content. I'm a skincare lover. I just don't feel like I do that much content. But the tricky thing about skincare is that I really want to try that for a while before I can even talk about it. Like, I feel like in 1 week, you can know if you hate it. In 2 weeks, you might know if you like it, but you really have to give something 4-6 weeks to even know if you are possibly going to love it. And for me also, I don't want to be adding a new cleanser into my routine, then adding a new vitamin C, then adding a new exfoliant. Like, whoa, hold on. Like, love you all, but my skin barrier, I protect myself. And so when this brand sent me some products to try, and now I'm like, okay, anytime they send something, I'm really excited to try it, and that is Remedy. So this, of course, is the brand started by Dr. Shaw from Dr. Lee, and I haven't tried anything that I don't like. I have a few items that I really enjoy, and this one, the Super Stacked Healthy Aging Treatment, this is the one that I enjoy the most. Now, this has retinol, retinaldehyde, argireline, matrixyl 3000, glycolic acid, niacinamide, ceramides, resveratrol, and ferulic acid. That's a lot in one little bottle, and I love this for that, like, it's nighttime. Either I use this on my nights where I'm like, okay, I've been doing a little bit extra and I need something that's a little bit more calm, and I know that I'm going to be able to put this on, get some of what I need, but it's not going to be like irritating at all. Or this is also my lazy girl skin serum, where I'm like, it was a struggle just to even wash my face. I'm just gonna put one thing on, put a moisturizer on, and go to bed. So I love this. I think Remedy Skincare is at a beautiful price point. They just recently sent me their new cleansing balm, and I cannot wait to try that. Sadly, I have one that I'm trying to get through, so I should probably have just used that a couple times so I could give you guys my thoughts on it. But maybe I will do just a little like update sometime soonish about that, but definitely give it a try. I have turned several people onto this, and they have all had good experiences from what I have heard. And since I was very first introduced to Remedy, they have launched now cleansers and more moisturizers and some really great things to take a look at. So for the price point, I think you're getting a really great ingredient deck. And like I said, I haven't used anything yet that I've been disappointed by. So definitely one to check out. By the way, of course, all of these products will be linked down below if you do want to check any of them out. Most of them will be affiliate links. Sometimes I will even have some products though that I use my Shop My just to track like activity, just to see like who of all y'all are checking out what I like to blab about. So, okay, moving on. That literally is the only skincare thing. Now, if you want to know more of my skincare favorites though, I do have several videos here on my channel. I will make sure to have some videos listed down below as well if you want some other things. Rolling back in, where should we start? Let's go ahead and talk about the few complexion products that I have that I want to share. I could possibly try to narrow it down, but I'm not going to narrow it down. I have 3 that I want to talk about, and there are some similarities and there are some differences. So we're going to talk first about the one that I'm wearing today. It's $7, y'all. The Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. This, I think, is just such a lovely product. It really can be, it says a tinted hydrator, so you're thinking like, oh, tinted moisturizer, pretty sheer, but it has a lot of coverage. Today I have it blended with 2 other products, which you will get to see in the video that will be coming soon, but I will share one of them with you here soon because it definitely was another like wow product for me this year. But the thing that I love about this is the finish is beautiful. The coverage is great. Again, you can sheer it out. You can build it up to probably, I would say this could be a good full medium coverage product. Probably the only thing that is the downside of this for me is the shade range, because just like any drugstore, especially tinted product, the shade range isn't like vast. So I would love to see more shades come out in this, but it's been great. I would say I'm probably 2/3 the way through this, and yes, I will absolutely pick up another one once it's gone. Another product that I did already pick up, because this one is almost gone. It's not $7. This is the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Enhancing Skin Tint. So the thing for me with this is the finish is beautiful. It is very easy to wear. I wear T5, which is one of the olive shades, and that is number one. The biggest thing that makes this so wowing for me is this color just works for me flawlessly. And one of the reasons for that is because I do consider myself to have an olive skin tone. It is like so hard out on these streets for olive skin people, whether you are a golden olive, you're a cool olive, you are more of a desaturated olive, like it's like finding that thing where a lot of stuff is too pink, or it's peach, or it's like yellowy orange, and you're like, what? I get really excited when I see something that has like a slightly cementy vibe to it. Like it has this weird greenish gray to it, and for me, that just always blends in really well with my skin tone. I don't consider myself a cool toned skin by any means. I definitely am more on like the neutral olive, but what I find happens, because I do have quite a bit of redness, the olive shade blends in beautifully everywhere else, and that little tinge of green tone really calms down my redness. And so I'm able to take something very sheer and cancel out some of the tones that I don't want to see, and it blends into everything else. And Lisa really killed it with this one. Okay, another product that has a beautiful finish and amazing tones is the Salt New York Sneaky Balm. I've talked about this a lot. I'm going to tell y'all, love me some Salt New York, and this product, this is, I don't know, probably my third pan of this product. I do think that the pans now come with more product in them, or you can get the bigger pan. I should probably know this if I'm talking about it, but I just love this. I think Cheeque does a really great job. I don't know if that's disagreeing with me or agreeing with me, but I think Cheeque does a really good job with undertones as well, and products that work well for a lot of people. So the thing for me with this one is the balmy emolliency of this product. So out of longevity wise, honestly, I would say that Lisa's product does fade off the quickest. I would say Salt New York is next, and then honestly the Wet n Wild I feel like lasts pretty much all day. Now, of course, using a bit of setting powder, a bit of setting spray can help you with these things, but anytime you're wearing something that's more emollient, you're gonna have less longevity. Right, buddy? Okay, so these three are totally killer, and while I'm on it, let's just talk about the other Salt New York products, shall we? I definitely... This was the year for the best case concealer for me. There was a while this year, I think it was maybe last early spring, where anything other than this product just made me feel like I was 40 years older than I am and incredibly dehydrated. Like nothing was working. I really love this concealer for those days where I want a bit of coverage, but like something that is always gonna make my skin look great. Like these products, without a doubt, will make your skin look great. Will it last for like a 10-hour day? No. Also, I do want to just give a shout out to these little single compacts that they make. I do have a lot of the bigger ones as well, but I like having the ability to just like take these two. I keep in the single compacts because usually I'm throwing one in my travel bag. You know, I can take like the best case concealer with me, add a little if my day's going longer than I thought it was going to, you know, things like that I can do. Okay, so the other product that I want to talk about, I did end up picking up some of the Hannah Louise Poston collab. I got 3 of the colors. I don't know that we're necessarily calling these like cream tint pros because I know that Hannah worked with making like a little bit of a different texture, and I will say the one product that I want to talk about today is definitely a very different texture than the other like radiant products, and this is Nimue. So this is her lightest, I would say, like highlight. This is very different in texture from the other ones from Salt New York. So if you have any of the other shades, this is very different. It's more emollient and it's thinner, and it is also, I would say, more ethereal. So you're gonna get more of the glossy glow and less of the shiny shine. Now that can be, that can be built up. Oh my gosh, you're just not gonna be able to see it. Well, guess what that means? We're just gonna have to put a little on. This product is just that like radiant, healthy, gorgeous glow. And it is so thin that it is like nothing on the skin. Now, I truly just use this as like a highlight product. If you wanted to and you just needed something for like a couple hours, you could pop this on your inner corner, on your brow bone, but it is super, super balmy, and so it is absolutely going to crease. So just know that. But on the cheeks, I find that it just lays really beautifully, and it is not tacky. It just has a beautiful balmy texture to it. So I will also, while I'm here, I'll just say the other products are beautiful. They are very desaturated shades, which is Hannah's vibe. I enjoy what I got a lot. I didn't do a full review on it because they took a long time to get to me, and by that time there was enough content out there. Everybody had the vibe, and really for me it is the highlighter in this set that is different than, you know, the other Salt New York products. It's the one that for me in my collection is different than a lot of the other things that I have. It's a very nuanced, easy to use, beautiful, sheeny glow, and I'm happy that I got it. So I have to throw that one in here as well. Okay, so let's talk about the product that I mixed in with my tinted hydrator. I did add a little bit of moisturizer too, but this for me is probably one of the #1 makeup products that I have added to my collection this year that truly is different than anything else that I have. And this is from DIBS Beauty. This is their Lovebeam Perfector. So one of these, this one, the shade number 3, which is Love Triangle. This one they sent to me. After using this, boy, for a while, it was like every day I have to have this on. So after using this one in the summer and fall, this winter I did decide to pick up the shade number 2, Loves Me, Loves Me Not. So I'm going to put both of these on the back of my hand. Let me just get off that Salt New York product. So the thing that makes this different, I love a good like luminizer, something that's going to give you a little bit of glow. Like I love the Auric Glow Lust. That's still probably one of my favorites. But those products usually, let me get a little closer here. Those products also give you a sheen of gloss on the skin. You know, they make your skin a little bit more wet and glowy in that like glossy way, right? This product is a semi-matte product, and I don't mean that it's going to be like drying in any way. It just doesn't make your skin feel wet. So you're going to get that more semi-matte. I just put a lot on. One pump is a lot. You're going to get a more semi-matte finish, which is really going to blur imperfections, but you get the luminosity from this product and also the longevity. So in the summertime, I think this is when this product is really going to shine, because it's going to give you glow, but it's not going to make you goopy, and it's not going to make your makeup slide all over the place. So this is the shade number 3. So you can see, like if I don't have it in the light, you can see it's a little bit more tan than what I am right now, and it's more warm tone. This is the shade number 2. And again, here you can see it's got more of like a pinky peach undertone. But they aren't, this one hasn't dried yet because I put about 12 applications worth on here. But this, it feels nice and soft, but it's not wet. It's not wet at all. It's like this texture. I just love it. I just love it. So I'm so thankful to DIBS for sending this over to me, because I've really fallen in love enough to go spend my money on this one. So again, I have shade number 3, which is more of that warm undertone. This is going to be, well, this was perfect for me for the summer and fall. And then this one, I was worried that it was going to be, they have the number 1 shade is definitely more on that almost leaning lilac, like cool tone. So if you are a very pale or cool tone skinned person, you might like number 1, but this one I think is a good medium. You're never gonna put it on like this heavy on your skin. But I find a lot of days, if I just need a pick-me-up, I will take my moisturizer / sunscreen and mix in a little bit of this. That goes on a coat of mascara and I'm out the door. So really love this product. So if you haven't tried it, definitely give it a go. I will have both down below the brand site. I did also see that they recently came to Ulta. So I also just want to share, this is another product that DIBS sent over to me, and y'all, it's like a bronzer and blush stick. It's not by any means a revolutionary, never seen it before product. I really enjoyed this, and I like the fact that they have what I would say are warm neutrals and also cooler tones in these. So they have the 0.5 shades and the regular shades. So you're able to sort of like pick the undertone of the bronzer part of this. So I have the shade 3, and you can see the 2 here, hopefully. It's just a really lovely, I would say more peachy leaning pink, and a really nice neutral. Not too cool, not too warm. So I feel like I can use this to contour. I can use it to bronze. I mean, a lot of days, I very easily just could whack this on, like I said, with some moisturizer, pop this on, some mascara, and go. So these were just really lovely, and they blended in beautifully. So really enjoying those. So thanks to DIBS for that. This is the MVP though. So it's just sort of like a, by the way, if you're shopping, maybe you want to grab this. So we're going to roll back just a minute to talk about concealers. I know I shared the Best Case from Salt New York. I do want to talk about 2 others. So Best Case concealer for me was like my best skin, like my skin, but better, and not going to look crunchy at all, right? So the thing about that is the longevity on it isn't quite as high, and it is definitely more of an emollient product. So it kind of depends on time of year. Like in the summertime, that's probably not one I'll lean into. The one that for me has been an all-around MVP, works all the time, is the RMS Revitalize Hydra Concealer. So I picked this one up. You guys know I love RMS products. There are only a couple products that I can think of that I tried from the brand that I didn't absolutely adore. One I absolutely hated, but pretty much everything else I've really, really enjoyed. This concealer is absolutely that for me. I love that they have some olive shades, which is what this one is. So this is the shade 0N08 or ON08. This is what I have on underneath my eyes today, and just as like a little bit of a brightener. So the olive shade works lovely for me. I do think I want to pick up also just like a straight neutral shade. I really love this. It's so nice. It's hydrating. You can set it, but I've also had days that I haven't set it and it's still laid pretty well. So for me, again, it's just like the all around works well for everything. Now, this one I talked about, this was sent to me by the brand Doll 10. This is what I would call my when I really need to cover up all of my sins. This is the This Covers Everything concealer, and it does exactly that. Now, this is a good medium to full coverage product. This I use if it's like I've got a breakout that I really need to cover. If I feel like my skin is really kind of doing some things, it's what I use today as my eyeshadow primer, or I don't even want to say I used it to prime my eyeshadow. It's what I use to cover up the discoloration on my eyelids and keep a little bit more of a bright look. So this is also very beautiful. This does have, if I was going in terms of like radiance, this is definitely the most radiant emollient product. Next would be the RMS, because it's a bit juicier, it's a bit more hydrating, but it's not as emollient as the Salt New York. This one is not drying by any means, but I would say it leaves a standard skin finish. So more of like a satin finish on the skin. So really love all three of these. Definitely, you know, I'm a concealer girly because it's like I would rather have a little less here and then just pop it where I need it. And those ones have truly been ride or die products for me. Okay. I don't know, like you guys know, I love my cream products. I love my cream products. I don't know that I have tried a cream this year that I felt like was like, oh my gosh, life-changing for me. The Salt New York Cream Tint Pros, beautiful. I love those. The Sydney Grace, beautiful. I love those. Like, but I've been using those for a long time. There really wasn't anything that's like something that has changed in my life. Same thing goes with like powder products. Like most of my powders, you know, I love the Redimension Hydra Blushes. You will have to pry those out of my cold dead hands. Those I will have forever. But I did try 2 new powder products this year that really unexpectedly blew me away. And I'm wearing both today. These are from What's Up Beauty, and these are from the Cheeque Terre collection. So I have both the bronzer and the blush. I'm not going to sit on these too long. I did do a video trying these on, so I will make sure to have that link down below. The thing about this, I wish that I had talked about these before I threw on my my little Salt New York highlighter. So you can check out, if you want to check out the video where I do this look, but these are matte yet radiant. Yes, it's a thing. So these have a beautiful light luminosity to them, but they aren't overly glowy. They aren't like really sheeny. Oh, you're not even going to be able to really see it. They're just lovely. And like here where I have the bronzer, maybe you can see it. I also have a little bit of this guy on. So it's kind of like, I got a lot of that like glowy look, but nothing on my skin looks overly sheeny, overly glossy. It's just, it looks like maybe I take care of my skin and drink a lot of water. Both of which I'm meh about these days. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do better. But I just love the soft glow that this gives, but it isn't sheeny, it isn't sparkly, there's no glitter. It's just lovely. So I really, truly do love these. These were sent to me, and I'm glad because I have been using them quite a bit. All right, we need to do a quick rollback so I can give a nod to my Face Atelier Ultra Foundation Pro. This is the Olive Adjuster. So this has been, if you are an olive-skinned lovely and you have foundations in your life that you love, but you wish that they were a little closer to your tone, this is killer. I love this product. If you find that you have a lot of redness, this you could mix in with any of your products to cancel it out. I did a video on green adjusters and correctors and things, and this is the one that I just, oh, this is not cheap by any means for the size that you get, but it is so potent that you won't need a lot, and this will last a long time. So I really love this product as well. I'm not going to stick on it too long because, again, I did that whole video. So this is a little bit of a random one and maybe one that isn't overly exciting, but I absolutely have to talk about this Big Bush Brow Gel from Urban Decay. First of all, I hate the name. Like, whatever. This was sent to me. It came in a package with a couple other brow products, and this is the one. This is what I have in my brows today, and let me tell you, I don't use it the way that it's probably just meant to be used, to like just run through your brows. It's one of those fiber brow gels, you know, whatever. I really have gone through many, many, many of those tiny things of Benefit Gimme Brow. This is very similar. I would say that this is maybe a little bit more wet. It also comes in a much bigger tube, and this I use as like almost like a brow pomade. So I take it all the way down to the skin to fill in my brows, and yes, I push my brows into shape with this as well. But y'all, this is the Lazy Girl brow product. I like the fact that it isn't, the finish of it isn't shiny. It's also not like dead matte. It's just a good, it looks like the finish of a hair, which is what's really important. There are days that I'll maybe throw in a couple flicks with like a brow pen or something just to get a bit more of a hairy look, but I use this so much. And right now, as I am talking to you, I don't think that this product is getting discontinued, but I think that Ulta isn't carrying it anymore. So I snagged a couple when it was on half price for 14 bucks. But right now, as I am sharing this with you, this is on sale for $7. Like, I am legit considering going and buying a couple more because that is a crazy stupid price. Like, I'm probably not, because one of these lasts a very long time. I am today wearing the shade Brown Sugar. I also have, I think it's called Neutral Nana, Neutral something. Both of those work for me. So if you're kind of in my zone, both of those will work. Brown Sugar is just a little bit warmer, I believe. So love this product. It works really great. I wish it had a different name. But, you know, we all know that Urban Decay is out here with the shock factor. Okay, I'm just looking at my list here, trying to make sure. Let's talk a little bit about eyeshadow. Did I buy any eyeshadow palettes? I think maybe I bought a Viseart palette or two at the beginning of the year in their like maybe spring sale. I have a lot of eyeshadow, y'all. I have a lot of eyeshadow, and there isn't really anything that I feel like I necessarily needed in my life. But I do have a couple eyeshadow palettes that I was sent in PR and that I absolutely love, and that I wore quite a bit. So the first one is the Sigma Spectrum palette. Y'all, this is not an exciting palette, but it is honestly a ride or die. It has not left the top of my vanity here since I got it. Like, I kept trying to be like, put it away and pull something else out, and I just can't. This has pretty much every neutral I could possibly need. If I want something cooler, I will pull out their Cool Neutrals palette. But it's got some nice shimmers in here. The shimmers are all very like metallic ones, so I have to be wanting that, which is funny because I've been liking maybe some soft ethereal shades or like your standard shimmer, but these have a little bit more bang to them. But the mattes in here I have used so much. I have told all of you, if you're new, you're gonna hear it right now, but I have always said that like people are sleeping on Sigma makeup quality. I can't think off the top of my head right now anything that I haven't enjoyed, but the eyeshadows, the mattes especially, are just really nice, great quality, and I absolutely love them. So the Spectrum palette got used so much this year, I have to include it in here. The other palette that I just loved the color story of and that the vibe just made me so happy this year was Nomad's Pacific Northwest palette. Now, I am on the PR list for this, so this one also was sent to me. By the way, hopefully Editing Kelly, as I'm doing this, has like put up discount codes. If any of these you want to get, you can use my discount code. But you guys, this vibe. So it's earthy. We've got some grungy greens. We've got a pop of this beautiful like maroon burgundy. Even the blues are something that I found like more in the wearable zone for me. I loved the shimmers. The quality of all of this is just so good. I do have to say I also loved the relaunches of the anniversary palettes. The one that I probably used the most, which is probably evident because I've got it out here, is the Berlin Underground. So these two were probably my favorites this year that were launched, just as far as usability and what I was wearing this year. But for me, I just really was enjoying, especially in the second half of the year, just very soft eyeshadow looks. So that being said, I have a few single shadows that I want to share with you, including the one that I'm wearing today that I put a big old dip in the pan of this year. So I'm gonna go swatch those on my hand and we can talk about them. All right, here we go. So these single shadows are all from Divina. You know, I have a big love for this brand. I am an affiliate, so maybe there's a little bit of bias there, but I think what it really is I know my Divina shadows so well that, because I've used them so much, that if I have a certain vibe in mind, I know, oh, I'm gonna grab my Divina green palette and I'm just gonna pick out such and such shade. You know what I mean? So it's sort of an ease of reach for me, but it is truly that I always know that I'm gonna get a great quality look. So I'm gonna actually turn down our light here just so that we can get a little bit more of a real look at these. So this shade here is the one that I have on today, and this is Sour Spanx. And this, listen, I don't know what it was, but something about this year, I would like, oh, that's a pretty shade. And I put it, I'm like, oh, wow, that is really pretty. What is it? And it would be Sour Spanx. And then like, it happened to me 3 or 4 times. And I was like, okay, Kelly, you evidently really like this shade. It just has this, it kind of goes with everything because it has a little bit of everything. Like when it's not in the direct light, it almost has a little bit of a pink to it. In the light, it has, I don't know, like a yellow with, if you didn't see this, you might even see just like a little bit, it's like a lemon lime, but it's got a little peachy pink. I don't know, I love it. It works all the time. This is Cinder Bloom. This is, oh, it's just such a good one. I love this. It's that like fun, gives a little bit of pop. So good. Now, these 2 bottom ones here have been ride or dies for a long time, and they're ones that I brought back out this year. This is Sweetie Sunbeam. So Sweetie Sunbeam, focus, there we go, is one of those shades that I'm like, listen, if you want a sexy neutral, like I've had, when people are like, I'm going to be ordering from Divina for the first time, what do you choose? These bottom 2 shades, if they're shades in someone's wheelhouse, I'm like, you need those in your life. Sweetie Sunbeam is just such a pretty, warm neutral, lots of beautiful micro sparks in it. She's gorgeous. The other one is one that will probably be one of the first ones that I have to get a new one of. This is Celeste, and this is just this beautiful like green gold, warm toned, like it's like a warm tone with a green gold to it. It's just gorgeous. I love it. It's beautiful. It's a need for me. And this is that shade when I want to still have like colorful. It's the one that I've been grabbing for. Honestly, y'all, I could totally pick probably 10 shades out of here that I'm just like, every time I wear these, they make me so happy because that's Divina for me. But I know that a lot of people who really got into single shadows, I feel like have been sort of like stepping back and maybe just grabbing for palettes. So what I would really recommend that you do is dig back through your single shadows, maybe make a couple, build your own palettes, or just pick a shadow to work with that week, because we all have some beautiful, pretty, sparkly things in our lives. And so pull them out and use them. These ones make me happy. Now, if for some reason you don't have any beautiful single shadows, I just gave you a little starter list right here. If you're into like warm tones and greens like me, these are beautiful. There are many more. I do have a pretty epic Divina swatch party on my channel here, so you can check that out too. I'll maybe try to link that down below, but go through your singles, see what you've got. If you don't have any of these, they're great, and you can add them to your next wish list. Okay. You know, this was not the year of lip products for me because my Invisalign made it really hard to want to wear a lot of lip color. All right, I have 2 more eyeshadow products that I want to talk about. One I've talked about a lot and I've talked about loving a lot, but y'all, I wore these so much this year, the RMS Eyelights. Like this tube, I cannot believe how much I've gone through. If you've worn these and you know how little it takes to have this much of this tube gone is a lot. I only like the eyelights, the like shimmer version. The matte ones, not so much. No, thank you. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. But these are beautiful. They are easy to apply. You have a nice amount of blend time. They do not emphasize texture. They are not as like holy crap shiny as like, let's say, a Sydney Grace cream shadow, but these are easy to put on, easy to wear, last all day. They have beautiful soft colors that they come in, just such an easy reach for me. The other product that I want to talk about, these are probably bumping the About Face matte eye paints out of #1 for matte cream shadows for me. These are the Gensee mixed media matte liquid eyeshadow. So I actually won 2 in an Instagram giveaway from the brand, like probably last year. And the 2 colors that they sent me were like, okay, like actually I think I got 3. There was like a linen shade, a violet shade, which I gave someone because I knew that I probably wouldn't use it, and then like a cool toned brownie taupe. Yeah. At that time, the linen shade is probably the one that I've used the most. In fact, I think that's actually what it's called, is linen. These are just so lovely to apply and wear. Again, they do not enhance texture. They blend out on the lid super beautifully. They're very easy to work with. One of the few products that I bought, the other product I'm going to talk about here in a little moment, but one of the few products I bought over Black Friday was this Gensee in the shade Melon. It's actually what I've worked into my crease. It's very close to my summer skin tone. Not quite. I mean, this is definitely a little bit more peachy, but you can see here, if the camera will focus, maybe, well, you can get the vibe right there. Like that, the only downside of these compared to the About Face is that these just come in a more limited shade range. But I think these are even easier to work with. They're even more soft focus on the eye. So if you have mature lids, if you have textured lids, definitely give these a go. Absolutely love them. I ended up shopping the Credo Black Friday sale. Gensee was having a sale, but like with shipping minimums and blah, 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 and all that, I was like, this is going to make me spend more money than I want to. And so Credo had another product that I was hoping to get on sale. So it was like, I got less of a sale, but I didn't have to pay shipping, you know, the beauty math, right? So I got these from Credo. So I'll have the brand site and I'll have Credo linked down below so that you can check these out. Love them, highly recommend. Okay, let's talk about that one product. Oh, I don't have it out. It's over here. I haven't opened it up yet. So this is one of those, like, got it in PR, had to repurchase. This is the Sweed Cloud Mascara. So I do have a video where I try on both the Cloud and this one. Which one is this? The Pro Lash Lift. I love both of them, honestly. The Cloud is just, it's such a beautiful volumizing, like, it's just my dream mascara. You all know that I absolutely loved the Bite Beauty Upswing Mascara. This is the next closest thing for me that gives me like oomph and volume and holds a curl. I find as I get older, my lashes don't want to hold a curl as much, and so this has been a really great one. It also, the brush is just easier to use than the Bite Beauty one. It's slightly smaller. That brush was huge. So I love this mascara. I love it. So I bought this and the couple Cloud mascaras on the Credo Black Friday sale, and that was like my big beauty purchase. I bought a lot of perfume. That's where all of my money went on Black Friday. All right, so I think that is pretty much it for all of the eye things. Now, I do have to say, this year was not a year of the lips for me. Like, with my Invisalign, I didn't want to fuss around with a lot of color because every time I would, I'd see it end up getting stuck on my trays, which is annoying. So I just went with easy to wear color that was like soft. And I have to say, the one that I reach for all the time because I just love it are my Sigma lip oils. Now, I always say I feel like these are more of like a lip gloss and lip oil hybrid. To me, they're definitely much more of a gloss. Mine's probably worn off from all the yammering I've been doing. This is the shade Tranquil. I also have Tint, I think it's called. Oh no, you guys, I had a little bit of the Ring of Death, which isn't from this product because this product doesn't do that. It must be from my lip mask that I had on this morning. Wah wah. But I did just notice that. So if you noticed it too, it wasn't from this because I wear these all the time at work. And I just love that they're easy to throw back on. The Tint shade is more of just like literally like a taupe shade. If you've ever had like the Merit lip oils, that taupe shade that they have, very similar, very different feel though. These have a bit more viscosity. They have a bit more of a feel to them. I really love these. This is definitely the one lip product that I wore a lot of this year. Other than that, like I have so many great lip products. So all of my favorites that I've mentioned before are still favorites of mine. This one is just the one that I just know that I always reach for. All right, I just realized that I sort of lied when I said that I didn't have skincare to talk about. I do actually, but let's talk about the skin tool that goes along with that. So my Mesama, both my Prana mask and my chin to chest mask. So these of course are red light therapy. Now this mask does have red and blue, and then this one has the red light. So both the near infrared and the regular red lights on both of these. But at any rate, I talked about getting these. They were my big splurge for Black Friday last year, and I was like, I love red light therapy. I want to up my game with the quality of the mask that I have. And let me tell you, getting into my 40s, all I would say is do your skincare on your chest as well, including red light therapy. And I said, oh, I'm going to do a before and after of using this. And y'all, like, I just wasn't consistent enough at first, and then I just was bad about doing it. But I will say that I notice a huge difference when I use this on my chest at least twice a week. I just feel like everything looks a bit more even, and I'm hoping over time that I see some reverse in aging. And so I just have to be better about that. But I always know that I notice a huge difference in my skin when I am consistent with my LED. I've noticed that on my face. And while I wasn't as consistent as I would like to be to really do like a before and after, I did notice a big difference when I was being consistent with it, both in like the skin tone, and I just felt like everything looked more smooth. And so this has been what I've been focusing on for the past few weeks to really get back into the habit of, because I know that when I am consistent with my LED usage, I really see the difference. And I do absolutely love these masks. I think that they are very comfortable to wear. I'm glad that I got the Mesama because not only does it have the near infrared light, but the lip area is not open, it's covered, so that I can also be getting anti-aging in this area, which is super important. I also love that the cord is really nice and long, and the battery packs last a very long time. Like sometimes I'm like, have I just not been consistent enough with this? Like, why is this battery lasting so long? So I find that the battery on this lasts much longer than my previous mask. So while a good quality LED mask is going to be an investment in your skin, it is definitely worth it if you think that you're going to be able to have that consistency, because I have just noticed such a huge difference in my skin when I am consistent with it. So one thing that I do want to talk about that I also have noticed a difference with is the Mesama Green Rooibos Press Serum. Now I have to show you because I just went through my first bottle of it and I was like, oh, it's not pumping out anymore, but it still seems like there's some in here. Well, this is just a colored glass, and this is the vacuum sealed inside. So this is airtight, which I just absolutely love. I actually just like yanked it out of here so that you guys could see it. So that means that all of the beautiful antioxidant properties that the serum have are obviously kept as long as possible by being in that airtight packaging, which I just really love it. When, you know, when you're buying skincare, you want to know that like the properties are going to last as long as they possibly can and that you're getting your money's worth. So one of the things that I found really interesting about this serum, while it's beautiful, it's hydrating, it's lightweight, I always want to have something hydrating on before going in with my LED. The thing that I saw about this is it helps sort of like protect from the depletion of the fat that is under the eye area, which is something that I have noticed in this last couple years, is this area getting a little bit more sunken and like kind of hollow looking. Not cute. We're trying to like get away from that. So I was like, yes, I'm absolutely going to be using this product, and I just really enjoy it. Again, it's so lightweight. It has just a very earthy scent to it. It's not like overly fragranced. It just makes me, it's very spa-like, you know what I mean? And so I did pick these up when the brand was doing a sale. They had like a buy two sort of deal going on. It took me quite a while to go through the one serum, so definitely worth it. Something that's nice to add into your LED skincare, especially like I said, if we're going to be able to like protect the adipose fat. Yes, please. Thank you. Let's keep, I mean, take away fat from other places, but like leave it in my face, please. I need it. Okay. I'm trying to see if there are other things. So there were a couple hair care products that I wanted to talk about. I know that I shared one of them in a previous favorites, but I do want to talk about both of the Paul Mitchell 15-in-1 hair care products. I'm not gonna go get him out of the bathroom. I'm just feeling too lazy. I have the mask in there right now, the 15-in-1 rinse out mask. There's also a 15-in-1 leave-in spray. So I have not only noticed a big difference in my own hair in using these, but I use especially the spray on like every single client that comes in because it is such a multitasker. If you are like, you want like lazy hair care and you want things that are multitaskers, the 15-in-1 spray is so great because it has UV protection, it has color protection, you're going to get detangling, you're going to get hydration, you're going to get heat protection, like you're going to help with elasticity, like all of the beautiful things that we want in one very lightweight spray product. So it's literally like I go through bottles of it behind my chair because I'm using it on everyone. Anyone that has taken it home to use has really enjoyed it. And again, it's just one of those multitasking products. And I think the world has shifted a lot to blow dry styling. And oftentimes people think about using a spray heat protectant when they are using like a curling iron, a smoothing iron, whatever it might be. But like heat is heat, y'all. So the heat from your blow dryer, you also need to protect from, and you need to have something in your hair. And something like that spray is going to help, just help reduce the friction of a blow dry, and then also that heat protection. So A++ for that. The 15-in-1 mask, again, you're just getting a lot of hydration, elasticity, shine benefits, all of those things in a product that I literally notice when I rinse out my guest's hair. It's like, wow, this feels great. So love that product as well. Those both came out this year, so I just had to make a mention of it because I love it. My clients have been loving it, so I had to share it with you as well. So just a little hair care slip in right there. All right, very quickly, I do want to talk about one brand I have talked about on my channel, like in the early days, before the bottle changes and all of that. But let's take a little time to chat about Julianna's perfume. Now, seeing the like evolution of this company has been really cool. They started out doing mostly dupe scents, and I think it's great that Alex has sort of started doing some different fun like hybrid mixes, completely like curated in-house fragrance blends. And so I've just really enjoyed seeing the brand just sort of like elevate and really expand into other products. Now, one of the products that I have really enjoyed that is totally a in-house scent is Quiet Canopy. And this one I got on the recommendation of Alicia from Alicia Budget Beauty. And this one smells so good. Okay, I have to bring up the notes of these. This, for me, is such a breath of fresh air. It's a bit green, but it's so soft and lovely. It's just like, it's so different than anything else that I have right now. The top notes of this are green tea and bamboo sap. The middle notes are coconut and vanilla, and the base notes are hinoki wood, cashmere, and moss. So I literally get like, I mean, the vibe on the sticker of this is kind of the thing. I get having, like, you're at a luxury retreat where they have little huts up in the trees, and you just put on your gorgeous, hydrating, like velvety cashmere vanilla lotion, but you are getting the clean, cool mist wafting in through the windows, and you're just like cozying up. Oh, it's such a vibe. It's so pretty. So Alex, you did a great job with blending this scent. This one at full price is $39, y'all. $39 at full price. It is sold out right now, and I will say Julianna's does fragrance sales fairly often. I will try to be better about like giving you guys the update when that is happening, but this was one that I purchased in the Black Friday sale, and it's one that for me, like in the winter time, maybe at night before bed, I would throw this one on, but I know I'm going to use this one a lot this spring and summer. This is also one that I think I could feel very confident wearing to work and being somewhat close to people and not just being like, you know. This one does have a very slightly powdery vibe, but it's powder from the cashmere. It's like that cozy, fluffy sweater powder, not like baby powder. You guys know anything that's going to have a very powdery note is a big no for me. It's a big no. So I just had to talk about that one because that is one of the newer ones to my collection. Now this is one that I have had on my wish list for a very long time, and I had to snag it in the Black Friday sale. Now let me tell you, I bought more fragrances from Julianna's than I should have in my Black Friday haul. So if this is a scent house that intrigues you, let me know if you would like to see a full like review of all of my Juliannas, I could do that for you if you'd like to see that in the future. Obviously, I have not been doing as much content here on my channel, so I probably will only be doing like one fragrance video a month. But if that's something that you guys would like to see, just let me know. So, A Kiss in the Maldives. This is basically inspired by One Umbrella for Two, but Alex has added an ozonic note to this. So it really makes it very unique. Man, this is something, again, it's going to be very fresh, very like spring and summer. It's just beautiful. So the top notes of this are black currant and cyclamen. The heart notes are tea, rice, and ozonic notes. And then the base is cedar and white musk. It gives me clean laundry on vacation on a sunny day, but not overly sweaty sunny day. You know what I mean? Like, it's beachy, but not in the way that like something with a lot of like coconut, you know, like that kind of vibe is going to be. Oh, the tea and the rice in here, let me tell you, which are both notes that I absolutely love. This is just beautiful. So if you haven't checked out Julianna's before, please do. I have to say their Mojave Ghost Dupe, Spirit of Mojave, is in my top 5 fragrances of all time. I don't even remember what Mojave Ghost necessarily smells like because it's been a while since I've smelled the original from Byredo. Don't even care. I don't even care. I literally bought a backup bottle of my Spirit of Mojave because it's like down to here. And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna not have that in my collection. I absolutely love it. It's just beautiful. Now, I do have to say, I miss the square bottles. I'm an OG. I miss the square black label bottles. But that's just me. I don't know, there was just something like real chic and classic about it, but I love the fragrances that Alex has been coming up with. Again, let me know if you want to see a review. You can't see it right now, but right up there, I was like, I can't even fit these in my cabinet. So they're all just sitting up. I got to get them out of the light, so I got to do that soon. I need to really do a fragrance declutter and organization. So that's going to be coming soon to my life. It probably won't be filmed. Let me know if you do want to see it, but it's coming soon to my life because your girl got a lot of fragrance this year. All right, lovelies, I think that's it. Let me just check in my notes one last time. While I'm checking, if you do want to see the look that I got and you just want to see some of these favorites in action and you want to know kind of where my life has been, where my life is going, where I think this channel is going, is it ending? I'm not really quite sure about that part. Just sort of some of the thought process on life, then you can check that video out. Okay, y'all, I think we got it all. We certainly talked about a lot. This is going to be a long video. So now it's time for you to drop a comment down below and let me know what products did you just really love, the ones that you couldn't put away, the ones that you're like, need a backup right now. This one's 2/3 gone and I can't be without it. I would love to know those products for you. Maybe I missed out on something epic from this last year. And again, it doesn't have to be something new. It just has to be good. All right, lovelies, that's it. I will have links to everything that I've chatted about listed down below, along with a couple of videos that might be helpful if there was something that sort of piqued your interest in this video. Thanks, and I will see you really soon.